Mr. Frank DeMarco.
My name is Frank DeMarco.
Good evening, Mr. DeMarco.
This is the 16, and we have quite a bit of a problem. What they used to call a club, Portuguese club, now it's become a nightclub. We have a lot of noise, especially on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So this license issue to them, I think, should be revoked, because I go to many clubs so many times. They don't run a club like they do there. They have entertainment. They advertise free beers, drink. And,
They advertise free beers?
Well, they do a lot of things inside the club, okay?
Okay, you'd have to document that.
Yeah,
that
well,
kind
we
of
have
accusation.
I get my wife, we have a pictures and different things that can pass it to
Okay,
you.
because we can discuss that. We can discuss that at a different time from tonight. But continue.
Well, what I like to see, to talk maybe a little later with the guy that runs the club. Are they supposed to run the club? I don't think that is a club anymore. It's a nightclub.
Okay.
We live in the neighborhood, the noise and everything. We got some requirement by the police. We have logs and everything else to show to the people. We people on the south side, we should be respected like anybody else.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because it's this club, I don't call them a club, a nightclub, is get off hand.
Okay.
Okay?
Chief Trask is here. I don't know if he is aware of any incidents. Is this something we should be looking into immediately, or?
I know Mr. DeMarco was making complaints. My officers, as well as Mike Casino, was looked into it, as well as the fire chief. Some of the things that Mr. DeMarco just presented to you today, I'm not aware of.
Okay.
I'm happy to take a look at Mr. DeMarco's complaints and look into them further and come back with a full report if you like.
Okay.
As far as the free alcohol, we haven't seen anything like that.
Okay.
But we'd be happy to talk to Mr. DeMarco more.
Okay. Have there been complaints from other individuals in the neighborhood as well?
Yes, we have 3, 4 more people there, right
We
here.
have 7 more people. You're all here to speak about the Portuguese Club?
My wife first, she can talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we hear from them one at a time?
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. DeMarco.
Thank you. That's all I want to be aware of what's happening. This neighborhood.
I think what my husband meant about the free alcohol, they have a happy hour there, and that's what,
Is it a food happy hour?
no, it's a drink happy hour.
Okay, because that's against the law in the
Yeah,
Commonwealth.
we know that.
So Chief Trask will look into that.
Okay. Now, this is what I have to say. Kathleen DeMarco, Precinct 16 Vice Chair and Standing Committee of Ways and Means. I'm discussing the Framingham Portuguese Recreation Club. We are shocked what has been happening in our quiet neighborhood since the Framingham Portuguese Club license has been renewed in 2016. The residents have had many sleepless nights concerning the activities of this club and during their nights of operations. Oh.
Take the mic.
Okay. The residents have had many sleepless nights concerning the activities at this club. During their nights of operation, we have had parking problems, loud noise, loud music, and overall disrespect for our community. This Portuguese club license is operating under an SIC code number 7997, membership, sports, and recreation. Under this license, it is restricted to be used by members only and guests. This includes recreation clubs, country tennis, yacht clubs, and sports clubs. Under the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission, code number 7997, clubs may only serve alcoholic beverages only to members of the club, subject to regulations made by the LLAs. A guest of a member may be served after she or he has been introduced by the member as a guest. Should the member at any time leave the premises, the bartender can no longer serve the guest, and the guest must vacate the premises. The above previous statement does not pertain to what is going on at the Framingham Portuguese Club. They are now here to deceive the citizens of our community and take advantage of this board to obtain this license under code 7997, not as a members-only club, but to continue to operate a nightclub at this location. Under the business entities summary for the Corporations Division of the Secretary of the Commonwealth, the Framingham Portuguese Club had only filed this nonprofit corporation papers on March 30th, 2013, to set up this entity. I spoke with the state corporations divisions because the office's terms had expired in 2014, and I wanted an update. I spoke with Emily, and she informed me that no annual reports or offices changes have been filed since 2013, when they first set up this nonprofit corporation.
Do you know if they filed any annual reports with the state as well? They have not, okay.
Filed anything.
So they're not compliant with their state filings
No.
either then?
This Portuguese club is operating not as a nonprofit, but as for-profit entity, by operating as a nightclub with a cover charge, happy hours which are against the law, and advertising, drinking, etc. There are many violations at this club, and they should be investigated by this board or the Alcoholic Licensing Board, and it being operated as a nightclub and not as a nonprofit entity. The Framingham police officer in charge of their license has been notified about this club activities a number of months ago, but he has refused to do anything about this illegal activity, and this should also be investigated. This Framingham Portuguese Club has infringed on our peace and tranquility within our neighborhood. By operating this nightclub, it does not belong in a residential area. And this type of club belongs to Route 9 or up at the Staples area, not in a downtown Southside residential area. I urge this board to deny their 2017 license to operate, as they have deceived our community and the Board of Selectmen on the use of their 2016 license, which under the SIC code number 7997 is to operate as a private members-only club and not as a nightclub, a clear violation of their license. Deny this alcohol license and all other licenses related to all the events that are happening at this club. We do not need this type of entity in our neighborhood.
Thank you, Mrs. DeMarco.
We also put in the police log.
I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah.
And you're stating here, I want to make sure I understand, Portuguese Club has a license to be open till 1 a.m. on Saturdays, not 2:04 a.m.?
Right.
Is that a Friday night?
No.
Or a Saturday
Friday
night?
night's only till 2. Monday night, it's only supposed to be open to 1, but they're open to 2 on that night. A lot of times,
Okay, it says here Saturday, which is highlighted, not Monday, so I just want to make sure the information's correct, that's all. I just want to make sure it's right. Thank you.
okay.
Ms. Larora, I believe you're here for the same reason? Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cynthia Larora, Precinct 11. I think I need to write. How do I raise it?
Just pull it out.
I'll just
pull it
pull
out
it
and
up.
hold it.
Okay, there we go. I'm Cynthia Larora, Precinct 11, town meeting member. And I, too, have witnessed the noise. When I talked to the DeMarcos, I took a ride down there a couple Friday nights and Saturday nights, and I witnessed myself what is going on down there. Basically, in about 5 minutes, I was able to determine that it's operating as a nightclub, because if you go online, they've got all their advertisements online. They've got ticketed events going on every weekend for $25 and $35. They've got a first show, a second show. They've got cocktail waitresses. They've got happy hour. They've got, let's see, what else they've got. They've got, they have an advertisement. One of them says, the best bar and nightclub in the region. Okay, now this is supposed to be a recreation club like Columbus Hall and the
right.
Elks. Okay, so for some reason, it's residents themselves that have had to have the burden of investigating this.
Okay.
And I myself, literally in 5 minutes, I was able to pull up all these, I have them actually here in my iPad, all these advertisements.
Yeah,
you wouldn't believe
Mrs.
it.
DeMarco gave us some
Live
tickets on
music, live music, 6-piece orchestras, DJs, light shows, everything you can imagine in a neighborhood. This belongs on Route 9.
It's inappropriate.
It's totally inappropriate. And they even have a website. Our promoters will get you tickets. Is this a nonprofit, or what kind of profit are they making? Is the IRS regulating this? What's going on in this place?
Well, I think at this point, I think the town of Framingham should be the one regulating it regarding licensing. We're the first stop. We're the ones who gave them their license to operate. We're the ones who gave them their alcohol license, and I think Chief Trask
the police have been contacted by the residents.
From the public?
I'm sorry, but they've not been very responsive, because how come I, a citizen, a common citizen, can figure this thing out in 5 minutes?
I'm betting that's going to change with the chief sitting right here.
I mean, I was a criminal justice major. I have my degree in criminal justice, and gee, I could do it for free. In 5 minutes, I could have a whole portfolio on this plate. I've got it all in here. There's one picture of a woman, bartender, female bartender, pouring tequila down a guy's throat, saying, "Te amo tequila." Okay? So, I mean, this is the
Sounds
type
like
of
they're
thing-
having a good time.
They're having a good time, but this definitely belongs on Route 9. Doesn't belong over there.
Can you share those
I have
files
all
and
that.
email those files?
Sure.
Chief Trask, can you give her the appropriate email address before she leaves to email those to? And you can have my copy of the files from Mrs. DeMarco as well.
And then the other thing I don't understand is why would the town license them to be open till 2 a.m.? That seems a little excessive.
You're talking to the wrong person. I'm the one who always
Okay.
votes against the 2 o'clock license.
Right.
So I'm not the one to ask.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I mean,
But I think in a neighborhood, it's also excessive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks like, they have quite an organization there. So this is quite a,
I'm betting that's going to change.
entrepreneurial feat over there.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
betting that there'll be some changes over there.
Yeah. And we just wanted
relatively
to come
soon.
in, we know that the license is probably up. And I think they're planning a big New Year's Eve bash. So I think I saw
Oh,
that.
great.
So, so anyway, get your tickets early. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I will.
Don't get your tickets at all if you're watching this. Okay, thank you very much, and thank
Anyway,
you for bringing this to our
sorry,
attention.
I just want to say, because I'm sure they're probably not going to like that we said all this, but they definitely should be allowed to do this, but on Route 9.
It needs to be
in an
done somewhere
appropriate
else. This is
location.
not
I've got
appropriate for
nothing, I'm
neighborhood.
not a Puritan by any means, a stretch of the imagination. I think people have a right to have fun and appropriate fun. It looks like, great music, and they're having a lot of fun, but, again, it's not like Columbus Hall or the Elks or the traditional uses that we've seen in the past. So that's it.
Comes down to location, and
That's
probably not good for this one.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.